Hey everybody, I'm Crow. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. I noticed in the past episodes when I asked everybody if they wanted to name a character, first of all, that I didn't actually show off all the characters. So everybody below Revo is up for a rename if you guys were interested. Leave your, the name you want on the comment for who you want to put it on, and I'll rename them. I am still working on getting that bounty hunter, but no luck. Next, I want to read the memoirs, because I haven't. So we already did 5 and 6, we might as well just go through all of them. We've got quite a few now. So, the Journal of Dardius, Highwayman 1. Rare are travelers on the roads this autumn, and rather than starve, I pressed my last coin into the hand of one who dealt in rumors and shadows. Ravens carried cryptic notes that there was a person, or persons, who was pledging coin for services best left unmentioned in a hamlet I had never heard of. I am packing to leave immediately. Does this go to the next one? So it does. Day 4. The road to this damned hamlet was a tricky one, both to find and to travel. When it revealed its ruined face, I swore I had never seen such neglect. Some buildings collapsed, and uncaring residents fidgeting uselessly. I went swiftly to the tavern. Others with similar interests had gathered there, and I was assembled into an expedition. We leave at first light on the morrow. Number 4, because we don't have 3. We tangled with some unruly louts. Raven called them cultists. They were ferocious, but clumsy. Moira has been afflicted with sickness. It must have been some rotting air from a coffin she insisted on piercing with her spade. As terrible as this place is, I know I will not fall for any trap nor crazed idiot. I wager my lucky coin on it. My end. I scrawl this, victim of cruel fortune, who took me up on my wager, for I have lost my lucky coin, and I now lie helpless as my blood flows swiftly from my ruined body. My fingers are cold. It was no trap, nor raving cultist that sealed my fate. We were ambushed by strange undulating shapes, 2 small entities that I cannot hope to describe, and a third, much larger beast. Poor Moira was crushed into a pulp as Therion defended her. He soon lost his arm, and his wits left him. Shambler, Shambler, he kept shrieking as Raven yanked him to flee. I tried to play hero, to buy them a few moments. Blew away one of the smaller monsters, last shot, then smashed into the wall. The big one. Maybe they made it out. So, I'm assuming he actually got to write this down afterwards because the monsters went after them, but it's pretty crazy that as a highwayman thief, he tried to stall for time for them. The Blackened of Fates, we don't have the first one. In that same instant, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful, only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh sloughed off, and of its own twisted accord sprang onto Bolian, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself as tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. Sebastian's Watch. A trampled journal, 1 out of 4. Sebastian's watch was his last. We were jolted during our evening's repast, the best we could make in these murky halls of our once great house. From the roar and flash of black powder, we dropped our bowls and hurried to him. All we could find was his spent pistol and a trail of blood leading into a maze of shadows. We press on. I wouldn't. 2 out of 4. We fought in the East Gallery, filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, uncaring witnesses to the slaughter. Al-Hazred, the fiery heartbeat of our retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemies' ranks. I keenly feel his absence, even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, blood pouring from his screaming mouth, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore. Yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. Man, these people just don't know when to give up. Hewell, dear friend, exemplary warrior, a survivor of the King's Wars and many sorties in these halls, met an ignoble end. We were wary, Hewell and I, as we searched for sanctuary. Wariness, it appears, has a murderous streak. It blinded him to the mechanism that tripped the spikes which eviscerated him. I held him as his essence slipped away. Another giant fallen in our mad pursuit. I am alone now. Weary, but unbowed. I press on. Well, that's 3 out of 4, so I'm assuming he doesn't have a happy ending. I am become vengeance! All cultists will feel my mace. Brigands fear my roar. I am outnumbered. 'Tis true. I am starved and half mad, but as long as there is breath in my body, I will press on. I will wreak unbearable agony on those who would seek to despoil my great manse. And now they come. I douse my torch. I do not fear the darkness. This is my house, and woe to the uninvited. Wow. They sound more like a Hellion now. They just kind of ran in there super crazy mode. I wonder if they actually won. It's not like, I died at the end, so... maybe they just got lots of money and lived happily ever after. Blood-soaked pages, torn from a journal. 1 out of 6. These dark caves drip with an overabundance of humidity, beyond my threshold of comfort. I nearly broke my ankle on the rocks, made slick with some ubiquitous slime. These pools stir and slosh with no visible cause, and the shadows beyond torchlight seem to grow and shrink of their own accord. 3, because we don't have 2. The wound is starting to fester. The flesh and its gray, flaking, and rigid, almost scale-like. As I write this, my breathing has taken on a hollow timbre, and is more labored. My compatriots are laughing, and they tell me not to worry. It is just the salt mist in the air that pervades these caverns. I don't think it's just the salt mist. 6 out of 6, because we don't have 4 and 5. I cannot recall why we ventured on the land. Why did we leave when Mother Ocean provided all we needed beneath her tender waves? I will now return home, back to her embrace. Indecipherable scratchings fill the remainder of the page. So they went to the cove to fight the siren, and they were just like, yeah, siren, take me. I'm gonna jump in the water and drown now. And such is all of the journals that we have done so far. When we get them now, I'll try and read them when we actually pick them up. And maybe just so that they all flow more naturally once we get all the journal pages. If we do, maybe I'll read them all at the end again, just in order. But I went over it, and now we can embark, because I wanted to fight the Sodden crew. So basically, these people do the same thing, but she's more of a healer than him because he's a stress healer. So if it dodges, she can make it not dodge. If it has protection, he can make it not protect it. She does lots of damage and can attack from pretty much anywhere, and when she does her lunge and dash back and whatnot, she can just flip back into place and it won't bother him, because he can do most everything from the second position. So her moving back and forth won't affect anyone in the party, and he's a pretty strong front line with healing and stress and torches for free. So I think we're pretty gravy with this. Everybody's got their stuff on. She is taking 100% more food, but you just get so much else for it that it's like, why not? Fasting seals, of course. So we need food for 3 people because her thing counteracts his. So with 1 rest, that means we need 6. And then 3 for each one thereafter. So probably 12. It is the cove, so I would like to bring an extra shovel. Skeleton key's always nice. We've got dog treats. I almost forgot the torches again. Please don't forget the torches. And let's go. I'm pretty sure everyone's fully upgraded, right? Yep, everybody's fully upgraded.
I employed a crew of particularly unsavory mariners, who for a time sailed the 4 corners at my behest, retrieving many valuable artifacts, relics, and rare texts. Predictably, they increased their tariffs to counter my intense stipulations of secrecy. Such resources had long been exhausted, of course, and so I prepared an alternative payment.
Which was turning them into the Sodden crew. We'll have to fight the next one to know for sure, I guess.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
Ooh, it's a treasure room and we have a key. And we have virtue chance. Go for the treasure. Use the key. Kill the pestilent thrall. So, you can stun him, I guess. Which will push you back into position. Stress wave, not the biggest deals. Just attack him. We don't have time to mark. Or actually, I guess if he had marked, she would have done double damage, so it would have been worth it anyway, but... 22? That wasn't even a crit! Were they unholy? I didn't even notice. I guess he is like a zombie. I almost called him a zombo. He basically is. 12. Stress wave. But dodged and basically resisted. Just throw a dagger.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
He can actually attack the person in the front row directly, unlike her. So, having him in the second position is not bad at all. Cry Havoc is the only thing that he can't do from that spot. Which maybe I should have him use? I don't know. Why don't you just heal them up? Yay! Smush.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Food and money, you don't say. Don't do it. You're gonna bleed. You didn't bleed. Oh, all's well as ends well, I guess. Torch. I see you. And your evil ways. Let her go first. Lunge. Can only hit the first 3, so perfect.
Annihilated.
Jellyfish get wrecked. Though we should use its technology to learn how to fly, just like it. Shoot him in the back. You can directly attack him. Slash!
Confidence
And finish.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
The only difference between their damage is the maximum damage, actually, I believe. He does 6 to 11. And she does 6 to 14, but a quirk makes it... Oh no, it's not doing it. It was 6 to 13 before in the menu. So they can hit basically as hard as one another, so I think that's pretty cool. His damage will only ever be 90% versus Marked, whereas hers gets to 100 and she gets extra crit, but he also does extra damage versus Beast and has a bleed.
Masterfully executed.
So I'd say it weighs out pretty well. If only it was 3 damage. How you live with 1? You see that, though? He has 1/20th of his health. He's about to die, and yet he doesn't run away. He's a madman. Keep healing people. You're pretty good at that, actually, since it's a reliable 4. Yeah, just quit.
Destroyed.
I judge thee guilty.
Great
Gun.
is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Hey, look, it's another shovel. Skeleton key makes more room. And we got a skeleton key! I hesitated in the middle. I'm like, these are called skeleton keys, right? It's not just a key? Okay. For gravy. Extra food. See, and because we went to this room and got that extra stuff, now we have a key for this room, too. Amazing. You have a 115% chance to disarm it. So do that. Parade. How empty you are. Ew, it's all stained and green. We need light because it's battle time. And priority target, I guess. These guys don't hit very hard. He does bleed, but meh. Probably stun him so that he doesn't protect anyone. Because he's going to shield one of them, and it might have been the Oracle. You are now free to hit them both. You Even though it does drastically more damage to this one because he has tons of protection. Attack the one in the back. Now, she'll be able to finish him.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Probably gonna have to do some party healing in a second. You can do loads of damage. You do 6. As long as she isn't stunned. As long as either... She's the only one that has, like, restricted to the back, too, really. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. We can remove mortality debuffs, though. They've all gone. So... finish it.
Advantage. Give them no quarter.
Should have just directly killed it last turn, apparently. We're hitting so high. Oh, I didn't see he still had a turn. He could have hit her and it would have been bad. There we go. So, you can stun him again. And we'll start doing a little bit of party maintenance. Ooh. Good enough. Why was it only 5 on her? You need to heal her. You keep damaging so that the fight moves on. I forgot how much protection he had. He's not going to get squished down. Stun him again. That has a decent chance of working. But it did not, alas. So you keep attacking because stress isn't that huge of a problem right now. And yeah, you can keep going anyway. Torchlight and healing would be pretty good, but I guess he actually can do more than 10 damage.
Left unanswered.
I was gonna say, what are the odds of him even being able to do that anyway? And then he did it. 4. You can lunge him. And just finish it. Bleed. Gone.
A death by inches.
Hey, another shovel. Why are there so many shovels here? You can switch positions. You should probably start back here so that you can open the fight lunging. We drop another key. Camper's helmet. More food and a gem. That we already had one of. So we're going to move on, but I would like to give her some of our excess food. So that she's not in super danger. Accuracy, damage, speed, and more stress. Okay. Oh, it's just bandits. If our level 0 and 1 resolve level party can beat the other bandits, I'm sure these guys won't be a problem. 12. 5 and 6. Look at how almost dead you guys are already. Do you do anything other than die? Yes. Puppy attack. Yay, murder. 7. Good. That one's likely to die when we hit it, so stun this one. Go. Oh, he does get a go. Ah, Death's Door again. And the bleed. At least she already went. So you're gonna die now because you're a butthead. And you're going to bandage her. So that the bleed doesn't kill her. She needs 2 more health. And this guy's almost gone now. So another round of healing from... Yes, you do. We have one, but I'm not going to waste it on 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to stun you. We didn't stun him. If I hit him, he'll die. Sounds hairy. Die, but die slower. Heal for 6 this time because of the buff. Now, even when this bleed finishes, she won't be in trouble, and he didn't hit her. So dandy. And gone. Busts.
As victories mount, so too
Is
will
it perhaps
resistance.
Soothing Coral? Oh, there's nothing here at all. I guess it's better than the coral being super disturbing somehow. Anyhow, next time we're gonna finish this place up and kill the sunken crew. Or die trying, but I really doubt the latter. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you liked it. Later, everybody.